Okay, back to locks and something different yet again amongst the bits I collect. And this is just an unusual one that I've collected. No idea why I like these. These are actually meter locks. So these particular type of locks went on either gas meters or electrical meters in the UK. They're not particularly old, 1920s onwards, up to around about the late 80s or so, early 90s maybe. Before they faded out. But yeah, I'm just absolutely fascinated with these little locks for some reason, and I've picked up quite a few, some with keys, some without, and they're all, I mean, they're Wurmade locks, so they're all very similar, made by a similar company. These are LNF obviously as well, so slightly different. So these would have been electrical meters, and how these worked is these had a physical piece of paper went in here with some kind of stamp, and then it was locked and unlocked, and you couldn't open the lock without piercing the paper. So the meter ball would know that if anyone tried to tamper with the lock and open it. So that's how these kind of ones work. Again, all different. Some have got flat keys and some have got post keys. So these are a little strange. And these type of ones here move on to gas. And then you'll look on the front, it'll actually give you the details of the gas company where this was being used. So very unusual, and this unusual protrusion on the front here, this like a scutcheon type of thing, whatever you want to call it, on the front is a bit unusual. And if you look at the key actually, you inject the key. So when you push the key and inject, you'll see the end just flips up, so it curls around the back. It's obviously to prevent picking. So what will happen is you push the key in, you actually inject the key, twist the key, and then the lock will open. It'll open all these locks as well. They're similar to the original key, obviously, with the original lock. So the locks are quite easy to come by. It's getting the keys that's very difficult, especially this particular one here, where this does this. Finding a working original key as a match is going to be very difficult, because obviously these were for the gas board, so they wouldn't be as easy to get hold of. So yeah, so that's those. And then you move through to these are like electrical cupboard doors, and again, if you look all the keyways, some are shaped like a 6, some are shaped the opposite way, and some are straight. So these again are strange. And again, lucky enough to have an original key with this one. You'll put the key in, turn it backwards, this one actually, and then the shackle lifts up, and then that would have been hooked on the meter box. And this one was made by LNF, so that's a little unusual. This one would have been on a cabinet or door of some kind. I don't have a key. Definitely this one as well is double bitted, which is, just a little different. For something that's so similar, there's variations of them, and the posts are different sizes as well. And I'm assuming this is regional, so obviously different regions had slightly different. They've done slightly different things. So one key just wouldn't open, because they're not particularly high security. They're not very difficult to pick or open, but one key just couldn't open any lock. So the idea is, obviously in different regions they would have changed the design of the key slightly, so it couldn't have a key couldn't have got out and just opened everything everywhere. So I'm assuming that was the idea behind that. Again, we got a flat one there. Again, an original key. Put the key in, turn it backwards, and it pops up. So, really unusual. Something very different. Something I really like. I don't know why. And if anyone's got any keys for these, I desperately wouldn't mind some keys for them. So as I say, I've got quite a few. And this is Bromley Council. They called this a barrier lock, and it's actually a 7-lever lock. So really, obviously not antique, but quite old, and very different, and a collection of some of my smaller locks that I own, and I really like them. I think they're really good, really interesting. Yeah, great. Hope you like them. Cheers.